everybody. Thanks for joining us for Politically Incorrect Knitters. I am Deplorable Knitter. This lovely lady is Ann Pinkova, and thanks for joining us for a Friday night, Knitting After Dark. So it was a bit short notice, but we're happy you're here. Thank you all very much.
Cheryl and Magic Wands of 2 in the chat, so thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah.
And more Chicken Lady.
Chicken Lady. I was just going to talk about her. Were your ears ringing? I bet they were. Hey, Stephanie.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who's rolling in the chat. I know it's an unusual time.
Yeah, they're coming. There
we go.
We're 10 minutes late. They all came 10 minutes late because they know how we're late because I was redoing the intro and outro. And I was talking to Ann while I was doing it. And it's almost good. We got tweaked something.
It's January 2nd. DK is a little more prompt in getting rid of Christmas stuff than I am. I'm like, my tree's still up. I'm not moving. And she's like,
no, I love Christmas. I love decorating for it. I think it's lovely and wonderful. It all comes down on the 1st. And I know a lot of people keep it up until like Epiphany, Big King's Day, whatever you guys call it. But I think that there's something about because next week we're going to start school again. We're going to just get right back into, and I like to kind of have my stuff in order. Know what I mean? Just a little bit. So
get that cleaned up before you.
Chicken Lady says it doesn't come down till the 6th, which I know is a common thing, but I like New Year's Day. It's a fresh day. We aren't doing anything anyway, and we just take care of it. But I was trying to talk about Chicken Lady fiber arts, but I keep getting distracted. So look at actually all of these yarns back here are Chicken Lady fiber arts yarns, but I'm not going to pick up the whole basket. She says she never put hers up this year.
Sad.
That's upsetting to me. I had to. But Chicken Lady is our sponsor. She is very cool. We like her a lot. And she has great yarns like this one that is called Sagebrush, and it's a lovely green.
It's very delicate.
I really love these colors. But you can use our code Tom Jefferson PIK for 20% off of your order of $50 or more at chickenladyfiberarts.com, and you can get beautiful yarns like this. Or I still don't know if she's going to put Lands of the Free up as a single skein, but that's her prerogative. And it's showing white orange, but this is red, white, and blue all the way.
True.
That's not orange, that's red. If you can see it. But
I did see, because I was flipping through her website on her last chance section, she has a couple of her Ozzy Osbourne colorways, such as our giveaway for January, which is all aboard. And it is black and this really deep, rich blue in there with some white. So very lovely. And our December colorway, which we'll pull for a giveaway.
We haven't done quite yet.
We haven't done yet. Is Black Canyon, which is very pretty.
It is very pretty.
And I saw that in the shop too. So check it out, guys. Chicken Lady Fiber Arts.
Pretty stuff. And use our code. Get money off, get cool yarn. It's a win-win for all of us. I mean, for reals, yo. So
you get yarn at a discount.
Small Town Girl says she started her first project of the year.
Ooh.
Nice. Magic wants to do your son's name as Ozzy. Well, it's a sign that he probably needs some yarn, something made out of the yarn. He probably doesn't need yarn himself.
Probably
unless he's a progressive dude, but that's fine. He can be. We like male knitters here.
That's right.
But he might be small. I have no idea. Just a guess.
I'm guessing he's small.
But yeah, so that's Chicken Lady. That's our thing. Hey, we haven't talked about our merch in a minute.
We have
not. We have merch. And you can get cool things like this Puritanical Knitting Fun Run sweatshirt that I'm wearing, maybe not the specific one, and she has mugs, not the specific one, but she has really cool stuff. And do I even have her name in the banner?
Uppity Hobbit is her shop name.
Yes.
So yes,
merch available at Uppity Hobbit.
merch available. We have stuff with our main logo as per the corner, that one right there. You can get that on shirts and bags and mugs.
And the Memento Mori
Mhm.
puritanical name fun run logo
And the old puritanical knitting fun run with the Puritan with a gun on it. Big fan of that guy. And the Knit Long and Prosper. There's also
the Star Trek one for reals. Oh, hey, I was going to ask this in my Patreon, but I'm going to ask here because y'all are sitting right here. See my Trumpinator? See how handsome he is with his Santa hat on?
Of course.
I kind of think he wants another hat, but what kind should Trumpinator have? It's obviously going to be knit or crochet. So
True. I mean, could be something to match that silver dress Melania wore at Mar-a-Lago. Did you see that? No other first lady could have worn that well. It was like liquid silver sparkle. She looked phenomenal.
Hold on, I'm looking right now.
Yeah, chat saying newsboy cap, leprechaun top hat, beret for Bastille.
I mean, I could. I was wondering if I should.
Uncle Sam hat.
Well, yeah, but should I do like different seasons? That's what I was getting at. Like, should I like make him a leprechaun hat, and then is there anything between? I mean, something for Valentine's Day. I don't know.
True. Little Valentine's.
I don't know. So those are my questions about these things. But PIK merch, we forgot to talk about it for like 2 months. She's really, really cool. If there's something you want that's not in there, talk to her because she's probably going to make it if she can. Like, that's just what it is. So yeah, check out Uppity Hobbit. She's cool. Our merch is cool. I've been wearing the sweatshirt nonstop. It's so soft and comfortable. Like, I worked and I got home and I took a shower and I got all cozy and I'm like, oh, I'm going to put on my nice soft sweatshirt because I love it. So
yeah. And as DK alluded to, she also has our Shark Week logos. They're not on it. She doesn't have the products in her store. But if you're like, hey, I'd like a mug with this and it's not provided, or a shirt or a size, or, you have this logo over here, is it available? Could I have it in this product? Reach out to her because Jennifer's really cool.
Yeah.
Just as Chicken Lady is also cool about, sweater quantities and stuff. So
that's why we work with We Do, because
flexibility is prized in PIK headquarters.
Well, and also there might be something that she didn't think of that you want that she's willing to make, and it might be great for her also. So like, go for it. Chicken Lady, she's always willing to go the extra mile for the yarns, right? So it's all good. Yeah. So everybody thinks that Trumpinator should have a wardrobe. I just don't know what exactly it'll be. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So yeah. Somebody said a Revolutionary War tricorner hat. I don't know if I can knit that. I'll have to see. Okay. So what you working on?
Me, I am working on a whole new sweater and I'm very excited about it. So here, we'll sit up in my chair so y'all can see. So I started, I believe, Sunday night. Okay, so I said how I was thinking of doing another Ambrosia cardigan, and that I was going to add some sort of color work element in that, some sort of something. Anyways, I said, screw all that. Stop it. And instead, I'm doing the Arenco sweater by Suvi Knits, which is another fingering weight sweater pattern. And I did adjust it the slightest bit because, so here's the sweater. I'm actually
you have been killing it.
I know. You know why? Because I've been okay. I've had time off around the holidays, so I'm just like, "Woo, let's knit." But also, I absolutely need to get the math finished for my heart quilt. Okay, like all the stores have switched over for Valentine's, which is way too early. Stop it.
Mhm.
But also, if people are going to be in a Valentine's mood, anyways, you know what helps? A huge heart blanket that would help.
Absolutely.
So I need to finish that like
I'm with you.
desperately, and I haven't yet. So instead I've been stress knitting the sweater. And it is all stockinette. Um, so the so it's knit, so you start at the collar and then you pick up stitches along the back and then you do raglan sleeves from there. So, but because of that, the collar is knit at the same time as the rest of it, which is great on one hand because it's knit at the same time, but also when you have little stripes, I had to do a little bit of intarsia to keep the collar a solid green,
Mhm.
so it wouldn't be weird and stripy. And also, okay, look at this. The I did So it's the thicket and the festivus, and I did 4 strands of festivus, 2 of thicket, and the pooling is incredibly even.
Yeah,
Like,
it's pretty excellent.
but and also because I switched to in the round, so I'm kind of worried, and then I had to add in another skein of yarn too, just a little bit for the bottom of it. So it's one of those things, every skein is a little different and they can change a little bit as you go. And there we go. Lynn says she planned that fully. Perfect.
And then she also says snorts.
Exactly. No, that's the thing where it's like, but the green stripes too, I think, because a little bit on the sleeve, you can see that there was more yellow there and more red other places. But I think the green throughout it, and since there is
Mhm.
green in the festivus too, that the stripes kind of help it
It kinda
kind of
tricks you
come,
into thinking
yeah,
that it's not pooling or it's,
right, right.
it's
It's
kinda cool.
more, it kind of camouflages it. Anyways, it'll be interesting to see where we get with the sleeves, but still, I am like very impressed and,
That's pretty
knock on
excellent.
wood for the rest of it. But yeah, it's nice and I don't know, I really enjoy it. I'm enjoying, like I said, this is a stockinette sweater. If I had done this in a solid color, like sure, it'd be pretty wearable. But like, I'm just getting out of the yarn's way basically. Like
Mhm.
that's all I'm really doing. Oh, and another modification, for whatever reason, I don't know if you can see that well. Um, it wanted me to do the right side over the left when you join this, and then that's not right. It's supposed to be the other way, but whatever. And I also, when you join in the round, I slipped a section so it'd be the beginning of the round, so the stripes would be even. But really, that's all the modification I had to do to make it a striped sweater. Otherwise, the pattern's great. Oh, and sorry, the I thought it was really funny when you have the increases for the raglan that it gives you 2 different increase rows for you to do, and is kind of silly of how many you were supposed to repeat at different times. But it gives you the wrong side row once when it's set. It's like, oh, and here's where you place the stitch markers, and then you continue in stockinette. It does not tell you what the wrong side row is again until you bring it together for the front. And it's like the wrong side row is basically just purl, slip the things, continue the collar and
Mhm.
pattern. But I'm like, you'd think they mentioned that. I mean, deductive reasoning, I can figure out if you're saying right side, repeat this how many times. There has to be a wrong side in between.
Mhm.
But yeah. Anyways, so I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying my sweater. I got some cool knitting stuff for Christmas.
Yeah, we wanna see it.
Okay. Well, I have, as I just
And
rattled on.
hey, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Long time
Hey.
no see.
Oh, and well, like I said, this is Festivus and Thicket and size 4 needles or fingering weight if that's important to anybody. But I got this corduroy knitting bag for Christmas.
Cute.
And it's got the little holes in the side if I wanted to feed yarn through it, which I didn't. But
Okay.
it's there if I
I have
wanted.
a question. Does anybody actually ever feed yarn through those? Because I've seen them and I'm like, but what if I want to like take my project out? What if it's not
Yeah.
working? Like I would be concerned that I would be trapped with that bag for my whole project when I don't
Right.
necessarily want to be.
Right.
Is
That I
that a
don't really
weird
want
thing
to
or is
cut
that normal?
yarn. Yeah, no, I get that
Okay.
too because when I was doing the collar and the stripes, I had it was two attached to the same ball of yarn, and then it was
Mhm.
one off the side. And yeah, there are two pockets on the inside. But anyways, who makes the bag? I think this was an Amazon treasure. It is a nice bag, but it's My Bag Zing, everyone's favorite knitting and crochet brand. But no, like it's nice. It's corduroy or whatever, but
It's cute.
yeah. Well, just
I
yeah,
kind of like the fact that it looks like a bag that you might just carry.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of handy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's good. And there's lots of pockets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Cool.
all good.
That's fun.
That's nice. I got the most AI image ever. Sorry, it's one of those yarn spinny thingies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know if my camera shows, but yeah, the fluffy texture of her AI yarn and that she's dropped stitches and dutifully knitting away with clearly the ball of yarn that's over here, not the one attached there, just as a textural difference. The more you look at it, the more you're like, what? But anyways,
Okay.
but I've never used one of these things, so that'll be fun.
That does look cool. Debbie loves yarn, so she doesn't use the rivets on her bags either. I mean, like maybe some people do, but I've just always been like, yeah, that seems like a commitment. I have trouble committing to like anything, so that just seems like too much.
And it's like, is it going to knot up on the outside or the inside of the bag? Because it's going to mess up somewhere. But yeah, and well, I don't know. It's like I have seen like the yarn wheels if you're doing a lot of color work and you want to untwist them. I mean, I can see that working, but even stuff like yarn bowls, like I have never had issues not keeping my yarn straight.
I mean, like I like a yarn bowl.
Mhm.
I have a very adorable sheep one here.
It is pretty.
I think it was made in China, honestly. My mom got it for me for Christmas a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
But like I'll put my yarn in there if I'm working on something and like I'm trying to be proper, but I don't use this thing.
Yeah.
Man. So anyway.
The only thing that I've ever had to do like real yarn management with is if I was like that eagle I did years ago for the quilt that didn't happen, where there was a lot of different yarn sections. Or the Quinn's quilt that I still have half finished, and you had and you build up so you have like 12 balls of yarn at once. But even then, I wasn't in a bag in rivets or in yarn bowls. It was me sitting there with yarn in a row and saying, okay, I can't move. Like these are laid out on a table. And when I finish the section, then we can be over with. There's no messing with that. But sorry. I got some very pretty knitting books.
Okay.
Here, I will show you the big one first. I got the Peter Rabbit Baby Knits book. Have you seen this one?
I have not.
It's incredible. Oh my goodness. It is. Here. Let me show you. I mean, it's all cute, but like the little hedgehog sweater, little hedgehogs right there, and the little baby wrap sweater, and then the hedgehog baby booties. They're so pretty. And yeah, well, and the full blanket. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It is just little squirrels. It is so intricate and so pretty. And the entire thing is, I mean, you show up to the baby shower with one of these, you're killing it. Okay?
True story.
You are the winner of all baby showers, which is what
Actually, I'm going to have to talk to you because my cousins are having a baby. My cousin got married a couple years ago, and they're doing a woodland theme, and they're not finding out the gender. So perhaps there's something in there that I should check out for them.
That's true. You know, I get the not finding out the gender thing, but also I like to show up at a baby shower with the appropriate gift, which becomes more difficult if you don't actually tell people the gender. Anyways, it's Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. Like, that is the cutest dang thing. And they do a lot of like over embroidery too on the patterns, which are interesting.
Cool.
But anyways, it is.
So is this a hint to make more baby stuff for people?
That's true. Oh, and that was a thing we had talked about for Knit
yes.
Yep. But we haven't announced our next Knit Along yet, so that's a later issue. Because Festivus, you can still enter stuff for ripping stuff out for Festivus until the 10th. So be sure to email us, politicallyincorrectknitters@gmail.com. You're entered once for every whip you rip for Festivus. Into our giveaway. There's that. Okay, I'm almost done, I promise.
No, you're good.
This is
I keep yawning. I apologize. It's not you.
Okay. This is a Stardew Valley knitting book.
I saw those.
No.
That's amazing. I saw. What was I looking at? I was looking at something that she had. Might have been yarn from that person.
Yeah, Oakwood Knits.
Yes.
She did a Stardew Valley advent calendar this year.
Yes, that was what I got sucked into. I love it. I wish I made socks.
So pretty. And I think she sells fall. It is just the 4 books. This one is through her website. She does sell the pattern through KnitPicks because each of these socks take like 15 different colors. So I'm going to have to do some mix and matching. But her yarn that she suggests to use for these is palette. And like that makes sense for all the colors, but that is a woolly wool. That is going to felt like nobody's business.
And it's not like a nylon or a superwash, or it's just wool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is just wool. Again, it is. Yeah, so that's not again, it makes sense for the amount of colors you use, and you're just using like a tiny, tiny bit of some of these. Yeah. Like there's pink in there for flowers, and you need 2 rows for a pair of socks, but they are, they're intricate and they're absolutely beautiful. And I'm already thinking of, different ways to utilize the patterns that are not just socks, but still.
Yes. I really, really like, because I will never make socks that are Stardew Valley, but I really like Stardew Valley. I've got a kid that really likes Stardew Valley. I'll have to look at her patterns in more depth too.
Yeah, they're really pretty. And also, okay, like I said, this one was through her website. This is a really handy size book. Like for shoving in your knitting bag and everything. Yeah. And it's a nice, square cornered thing. It's paperback, but it's not, there's nothing flimsy about it. Yeah. But also, if you're sitting there with your, little tiny patterns, you're going to need to pay attention to those. Anyways, yeah.
True story.
I love it. Very excited. But yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing with. I've been knitting this sweater manically away and doing all that. How about you? How's your New Year's?
Okay. Well, my New Year's has been just fine. I had to work today. I have to work all day tomorrow, which is why we came together on a Friday night, because I said to Anne, I'm going to work like 12 hours on Saturday. There's not a chance on this earth that I will be podcasting, as much as I love you all. By the time I get home, I'm probably going to like feed my family McDonald's and die in my bed for a night. And then perhaps I could be a person. But I really just want to knit.
Yeah.
And I can't, which makes me sad. Oh, and there's 3 giant baskets of laundry just off camera that I really need to fold. I really got to do it. My planner
That
keeps
would do
telling me to fold laundry every day, and I just don't do it. My overly concerned planner is really trying to help me, and maybe tomorrow, no, not tomorrow. There will be no laundry folding tomorrow. Maybe Sunday I will do it.
Mhm.
But so I am starting some projects that are unlike me, and perhaps Anne should come and visit and ensure that there's not a pod under the bed, because I've decided what I'm doing with my Chicken Lady Advent.
Ooh.
You already know.
I know, but still, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about your project.
See this tiny square? See this? This is number 1 of my Battenberg blanket that I'm going to make, which is a granny square blanket, but they are all 2-inch squares.
Mhm.
They're all this big. And I actually have this thing of yarn from Revolution Yarn that is the appropriate weight. It's a little yellowish. It's a wheat color, perhaps, would be an accurate description of it.
Right.
But I think that there will be enough to make the solid color squares to go with it. I was a little concerned, though, because there's some very whites in Lynn's colors, but I think it'll be okay.
It should
I
be
don't
good.
have to necessarily use those ones either. I might not use all of them. But yes, so I've decided to make a blanket. But then that's not even the weirdest part of what I'm telling you guys. So
it's gonna be so pretty and delicate, though. I love it.
It's gonna be really pretty, and I'm gonna love it. And my husband has this habit of like poking his toes through the holes in granny square blankets and then making them into big holes. And I'm gonna have to like not let him use it if he does that.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to talk to him about it, because no, we're not doing
have
that.
a serious talk about the blanket. Yeah.
I love you, but you can't be weird. I mean, I think that that's a normal thing, though. If you got a granny square blanket with holes in it, like, it's natural that your toes go through the holes and stuff. But like, he rats around like a small child. We're not going to do that. But and now I have this thing. See this? This is what we call a swatch, a gauge swatch. I knit one and I blocked it. Okay.
I can't believe it.
So I have this gauge swatch.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm making a sweater.
What?
And the cool part is that I'm test knitting the sweater.
Okay.
I'm test knitting the sweater for Cape May Fibers, and she knows that I'm test knitting it, and it's through Yarn Pond. And I don't know if you guys have ever used Yarn Pond. I've run some tests over there. I've done some test knitting. I like it. It's an alternative to like Ravelry tester groups, because it's hard to find them in other places. So I'm on there as Deplorable Knitter, and it has like this thing that says your Ravelry project. And so I immediately emailed the designer and I said, I'm not on Ravelry. If this is a requirement for your test, I will bow out. I didn't, and she's like, oh, no. And she's kind of like, how bad were you that you're not allowed on Ravelry? And I said, well, see, they called me a white supremacist because I'm conservative and I supported Trump and I was kicked off in 2019. She goes, well, as long as you're a nice person, then I'm fine with you testing for me. I said, okay, great. Thank you. So hopefully that goes well. I'm kind of excited.
Well, that's fun.
It's Yarn Pond, like a pond, like a little body of water, yarnpond.com. And it's got like different testing things on it. And so
I've never heard of them before.
I've used it for years. I bet you I've talked about it before, but maybe I haven't. It's hard to say. So this is the neck of a sweater so far. And hi. I don't know who I am, but I really want to make this sweater. I'm kind of excited about it. Cool. This one won't be for me. I'm probably going to give it to my mom because it's not my size. Mm-hmm. Because I'm still a realist. Like, I know what size I'm going to wear, and this is a size 2. Like, let's just be honest that I'm not going to knit whatever in the time frame she wants for my size. Like, I understand that about myself. So there's that. And then here's this hat that I started. And as you can see, it's already off of its needles because I hate it.
Oh,
more than I can even begin to tell you. See,
wow.
See, it's ugly.
I didn't know the vitriol was that high.
No, I hate it. It's super ugly. Did not turn out even a little bit like I thought it would inside my head. So
Bummer.
this is my entry into Festivus. But I just
Yeah.
waited for you guys so I could, do the thing.
Uh-huh. Does
Um,
everyone know you're ripping it out? No, there
well,
was
I
a hat.
feel
The hat, the beginning of a hat existed. And now
it
soon there
did,
will not be a hat.
and it was ugly.
I have a half-finished
Maybe I'll
hat
keep
that I
that.
did a while back that I found after we started ripping stuff out for Festivus. I'm like, oh, you can go too.
Yeah, I've got several of them, but I
Mhm.
still have not yet organized my yarn. Realistically, it probably won't get organized for quite some time, so I'm just not worried about them. They'll come out when they're ready.
Fun.
So that's that. And that's all I've got. And I don't have a single hat to show anybody, but I have a sweater and I mean, like, these are very, very small starts to both of my projects, but still,
But
I'm kind
still.
of surprised that it's a sweater and a blanket for
Mhm.
myself.
Yeah.
Because hi, have you met me?
New year, new you.
I'd really like it to be new year, new me, as in like I'm working out and much thinner, but so we got a bike,
Mhm.
an exercise bike. And I'm super excited about it. It's low impact. I had a lot of knee problems over the summer because I do want to lose weight and I'm on my feet a lot. If I lost some weight, it would probably help me feel better at my job because by the time I'm done working a long day, my back hurts. I'm very grumpy, but there's something wrong with one of the bearings. It sounds like a fucking airplane is taking off. I cannot ride it. I would get up and do it at like 6 o'clock in the morning because that's the time that I feel like doing those things. And I was talking to my husband about it. He's like, just do it. I'm like, I will wake up the entire family if I'm riding on this thing at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know. Maybe he's going to fix it because I would really like to do it.
Right.
Very much find that enjoyable. But we used to have an elliptical and then I got too old for it. It was too hard, too tired. I don't know. Something happened. But
I just remember it was this dumb comedy sketch thing. And part of the sketch was that the power went out, but they needed to power up their like a laptop or something, for whatever comedic reasons. And they're like, wait, surely we can generate power. How about we use the exercise bike? And the other guy's like, you mean the clothes hanger thing? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, ours is in the basement, so it's not a clothes hanger because that's not where the laundry goes. So,
Right.
But my husband said he's got to get this flywheel tool or something. No, we put oil in it. My husband is very handy. He thinks it's a bearing. It had gotten some water. It was part of a flood.
Oh.
So he thinks that something inside needs to be helped. So anyway, that's my story about that. And look it, I have saved this skein of yarn that's very lovely. I'm not sure what she wants to be, but she'll tell me later. She did not want to be that hat, though. Let me tell you, that was absolutely obvious. So, should I keep this brim and make a new one? Should I think about it? I'll think about that. That one can sit there for now and contemplate what their life choices are going to be.
Think about what they've done.
No, it's what I did to them.
Fault, but
oh, your present fell down. I haven't mailed it yet. Oh, I also have a present for my father-in-law I haven't mailed. So hey, sorry.
I'm excited.
So anyway, what else have we got going on? Should we talk like some other stuff? I still haven't watched much news. My podcasts are still all like on hiatus, which I find super annoying. Although I've watched a lot of Nick Shirley lately. So I don't know if that makes up for it or not.
Yes, well, we can start there because the whole Somali daycare, and not just daycare, medical centers in Minneapolis. And the one that I thought was interesting he talked about was the non-emergency medical ride sharing thing. Where, like, oh, well, if you need a ride for your dentist office, so you don't call Uber specifically, you call those guys.
Okay.
And yeah, they were just driving around occasionally and not actually bringing anybody to any medical appointments.
Interesting.
Yeah, but that, anyways, ran as a business and got millions of dollars from the state government of Minnesota. And yeah, doing
Yeah.
nothing.
Well, I've heard a lot of criticism of all the stuff that Nick Shirley's doing. And if you guys haven't seen it, he's a 23-year-old guy. He's going around to the daycare centers in Minnesota, right?
Yeah, Minneapolis.
For some reason I think that's why it felt wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been knocking on the doors asking if he can enroll his son. And they often don't answer the door. They don't have any information. They don't know how many kids go there. There aren't any kids some of the times that he's there.
Yeah, the windows are blacked out. There's no playground. There's not like parents dropping their kids off. You can't even be like, oh yeah, their kids going in and out of the building. Nothing.
Yeah, like he was at one of them at 5:00. The parking lot was empty, not a soul in sight.
Right.
And I heard some criticism, and people are like, well, if it's a daycare center, you wouldn't be letting people in. So I worked at a daycare center, God, forever ago. But we had a reception desk that you could open the door and go to the reception desk, and then it was like another locked door. Right. So, and even for a while, my kids went to a private school where you could get into the vestibule, and then there was like a speaker where you could speak to somebody inside the office. And then like you would say, oh, like I'm here to pick up so-and-so, and they'd let you in or whatever. Right. So yes, it's not insane that they wouldn't be letting in a strange person. Right. Mm-hmm. Like I get that. But also like nobody is like, call this phone number, we'll speak to you, or, you can go online and get an application, or, if you want to set up a tour, this is how nothing. So right. It's
no business cards that they hand out, the little trifold pamphlet, nothing.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the thing, like my kids went to a private school, right? Mm-hmm. And as a private school, they were constantly looking for more students because they don't get any government funding in New York. I don't know how other states work, but in New York, if you're a private school, you don't get anything from the state. So they had pamphlets. They had pamphlets that they were giving to other parents that they were trying to get people to. Right. And yeah, with the way schools are and stuff now, I wouldn't just walk up to one. But also, I guess if you did, like you could at least, get somebody to talk to you. Right. I was driving by, I saw the school. Can you tell me a little bit about it? Because I've got a kid that's starting kindergarten next year. Like that's not unreasonable. And
right. Right. And the mentality of like, no, don't go away. It's like, well, like, I'm sorry that if you walk up to any business at all, okay, even if I were to walk into, I don't know, plumbing store, industrial, whatever, things that, if there was a place to buy, a tractor or whatever, or government materials for road building, even if there is always a front desk. Okay. There is always a front desk where you can walk in and be like, hey, what are you guys about? And you say, oh, there's people here. There's employees. There's stuff going on. It's like, that you have a person there and they just say, no, go away. We're not anybody. What?
One of the addresses he went to was a house, and he was speaking to the person that lived in the house. One person apparently lived there, and they were like, there's no daycare here. I'm the only person that lives here. Wow. So what the hell? Like,
and yeah. And the one I saw where there was like 14 medical businesses that were supposedly in one location, and that they also there was a daycare in there, and they were able to talk to that daycare person, be like, okay, here's some pamphlets, here's some paperwork, and but it's like, oh, here's medical. Okay, so where are the patients going in and out? Where's the reception? Where's this? And they were told to leave and told that, oh, well, that the police came at that point and said that, men fitting your description have harassed people. So, and it's like, I'm sorry, walking up to businesses and saying, "Hey guys, can I get enrollment? May I use the service you provide?" And that's not harassment.
Right.
That's, there's a couple further questions when they're like, "Hey, how about the daycare fraud?" And, they get really tense and, ask them to leave because of the daycare fraud.
Mhm.
But, and then, yeah. Anyway, so it's like, this is literally what the First Amendment is about. This is literally what journalism is about. And there
Mhm.
were, I mean, part of them being, the police taking them out of the building, was there was a lady there saying, it's like, "Oh, no, no, no. They're lying. They're lying. They're not just trying to enroll. They're doing propaganda." Propaganda. As
Hmm.
in, if you go to locations and talk to real people, that, live reporting, checking numbers, going down the list of people and looking where they physically are, that's propaganda as opposed to, the Atlantic or whoever blogging about it. That's the problem.
Mhm.
Like, again, it's a really twisted view. And the one lady too who was screaming about, "Don't open up, these guys are ICE." And it's like,
Yeah, that woman was insane, and he's like,
well, a
"I'm
very
not ICE,
classic,
I'm trying to get Joey some daycare." Like,
right?
he's
Yeah. Well, and she was dressed very, very classic Minnesota NPR liberal. Like, again,
I've never come across one in, real life, so I
never in the
wouldn't know.
wild. Oh, well, they're bitter old biddies, let me tell you. But yeah, they're my next door neighbors, from South Dakota. So, I mean, not that we don't have a bleed over of that breed over here, uh, but
Um, this is a different tangent. Well, there's 2 things. Number 1, they got a new flag over there, which is fantastic. But number 2, I was watching this thing about, um there's this woman I watch named Sydney Watson. She's like a conservative commentator, and she kind of talks about like stuff that's going on in the world and whatever kind of
oh
social
yeah,
media
yeah,
and other things.
she's the Australian girl who there was that lawsuit that she worked with Elijah Schaefer, and he's whew,
I
so
don't know about that, but I
oh, you
was
don't know.
watching her. She was
Well, she
talking
was,
about,
yeah.
mhm,
Anyways, sorry,
um,
that's important.
she was talking about liberal women and the septum piercings and how they're like, yeah, we want to look like this so people know what we think and stuff. I'm sorry, what? I remember when like having a septum piercing was like alternative. It wasn't like a uniform for I'm a flaming crazy person. Although then again, if you're gonna get that much cartilage pierced, maybe you are slightly crazy because that's gotta hurt like a bitch. And I have a
Yeah,
lot of piercings. I have a lot of different ear piercings, but ooh, I don't think you could pay me to do that. But it's just crazy, the whole thing.
it is.
Sorry. You talking about a liberal NPR woman made me think of it.
Right.
Um, but what do you think about the new flag, the Somali flag?
Oh
I mean,
well,
the new
Somali.
Minnesota
Yeah.
Somali.
Well, I mean, on one hand, it is taking over of territory by raising your own flag, but also it's both. There's so many crossovers between very Islamic worldviews and wokeism. I mean, after all, it's authoritarian, it's nihilistic, it wants to take territory. It succeeds by destroying things and not particularly thinking of rebuilding, except in their own weird image. Um, but yeah, that they're yeah, the weird ugly star flag. But Sioux Falls, which is the largest city in South Dakota, um, redid their flag, and it was a little more Native American toned than that one, but still, it was wacky stars, and there's like this big, weird, jagged line with multiple colors. It's hideous. It is the ugliest thing, but I sort of thought that that was more of a hipsterism to sell T-shirts. I'm like, who's buying that one? And immediately I if you're ever driving around, first off, Sioux Falls is rougher than it used to be, but also very instantly there were rainbow versions of it. So got that going for you.
Here, I found it. We're gonna look at it real quick.
Oh yeah.
Well, so that we can enjoy it together, right?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, look at that. Aren't you guys wishing that you got to? I mean, I
yeah.
can see how it could lend itself to a rainbow pretty well, but
Yeah,
that's
it's
not the
rough.
prettiest flag I've ever seen. No,
No,
no.
no. Luckily, well, there's probably designs being made upon the South Dakota flag, which is pretty similar to what the Minnesota flag is or was previously.
Mhm.
That the South Dakota flag was blue, and then you have the crest in the middle with the farmers, and it says "Yay, South Dakota." Um,
Yay, South Dakota. That's the quote.
South Dakota established 18 whatever, or motto and stuff.
18, whatever. You guys are just babies over there.
We're pretty cute. Abraham Lincoln decided we were a state, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's fun. I don't think I knew that about you.
We're just little.
Well, that's okay. You're going to be around longer than New York because we just had Mondami sworn in,
Oh yes, that was
and he's going to replace the coldness of individualism with the warmth of collectivism.
yeah.
Holy shit! What?
So
Tell me you're a giant communist without like literally saying I'm a communist. No, he literally said it.
he literally said he was a communist. No, it was a Bane speech from, what was that? Dark Knight Rises. Oh, you're not. Oh, Dark Knight Rises.
I don't know who Bane is. I don't know what. No, I don't know what we're talking about. I'm with you though. I'm trying.
Okay, Dark Knight Rises, the third of Batman trilogy was it was basically Tale of Two Cities except Batman, which meant that Batman got to punch communists, which is very
fun.
near and dear to my heart. No, but so Bane is a terrorist and he takes over Gotham City and he nobody can leave, but it's okay. I'm giving it back to you, the people.
No, thank
And
you.
and then it's all anyways, all kangaroo.
Yeah, I keep hoping that it's not going to affect me, but it's probably going to affect me, even though I don't actually live in New York City.
Of it, it's like Wes Anderson authoritarianism. He and his wife with the weird witch boots she's wearing and her little wacky haircut. But yeah, oh well, no, but yeah, the you don't want rugged individualism. You don't want any of that. You just want the warmth of collectivism with whose money?
Well, like Elcat said, though, the warmth of collectivism is going to come from huddling together when you don't have any power, which is actually true. So thank you. Yes, you're absolutely right.
And also, there was another quote I actually have written down. If your landlord does not responsibly steward your home, the city government will step in. So, so the government owns all property, and it's supposed to own property in favor of the tenants all the time, as opposed to the person who owns the building. And what is responsibly manage the person in its home. How does that work exactly? How's that? Yeah. Anyways, real big week for Third Amendment rights when the government cannot force you to house soldiers, but I think that can equally be applied to any people.
Yeah, and not for nothing, my parents owned a couple of apartments for a while, and tenants are the worst people to deal with. They're so sorry. If a landlord doesn't want to rent to you and they give you proper notice and they hold up their end of the agreement, it's not your house.
Right.
It's their house that you are in an agreement to use. It's not. I hate that dude already, and it's only been 7 seconds. It's gonna suck.
Oh, he's creepy. And all of the jokes about, people were expecting food at his events and didn't get any. Well, not the first time they've been unhappy about. Communists have been lack of food for their events.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Nope. Freaking Mondami.
Mhm. Okay.
And Kathy
Hey,
Hochul's piece of trash too. Mm-hmm.
oh yeah. I was gonna do a little good news.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Trump is down there. Mar-a-Lago did a charity auction
Okay.
in benefit of it was an art auction in benefit of St. Jude and I believe
Oh,
the Palm Beach Sheriff's Department that they had fun there. Netanyahu was down there with him. So that was good. Do you know that murder was down 19.8% in 2025 in America? Like
no.
across the board?
Nope. Nope. Nobody ever say anything about that. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty good, though.
we're getting murdered less, which is cool. I like less murder. In case
We're
anybody
getting
was a
murdered
public.
less, except that here, I don't know, like an hour away from me, a 17-year-old kid shot his 38-year-old dad in the chest and killed him. So there's that.
Ooh.
I'm curious about that story. That you just made me think of that. Like
Well, I'm just saying in
that's
general,
horrifying.
murders are happening less, and that may, yeah. So we're still winning. So there's, yeah. Well, but that also probably has some correlation to do with the at least 2 million illegals deported.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
And
But I
that's just
bet
and
you.
that's just the known numbers because I mean there's a lot of self-deportation and there's also a lot
Mhm.
of like there's the government option of hey if you turn yourself in we'll let you go, we will send you on your happy way. If we catch you we're throwing you in a detention center. But my bet is that if that is on threat, there's a lot of people who don't, if you're illegal and you don't want any government contact at all, ever, you just want to get out of Dodge, then, there's a lot of self deportation there too.
Yep. Cool. Well, that's happy news.
Anyways, so yeah, just a little happy news
So
in
what
there.
other dumpster fires do we have going on?
There's a little bit from London.
Oh, good.
You know how everyone's dying and it sucks, and that England has the largest police investigations of things people have said online in the world. They're also, of course, when murders are going unsolved and violent crime and repeat offenders and all of that, there's nothing a regime likes than to just be more bitter and petty. They had this fireworks display for New Year's, but you had to pay to see it. So they were blocking off parks for a firework display because don't you dare go to a park to watch a firework display for free. I mean, this is also the country that wanted you to pay for BBC TV and radio. Make sure you have your I don't think they have a radio license anymore. They still have the TV one. But yeah,
Yeah.
everyone was
But
expected to pay a fee for radio.
but you say that thing about you have to pay to see the fireworks, and in my brain, I'm like, do they understand how fireworks work? I mean,
They're
they
kind of
shoot off and then they go up in the air, and it's like, okay, so
well,
they blocked off the parks, but also like, what you got like blindfolds on the people in the street if they didn't give you
yeah.
the like, what is happening?
You should know your duty and respectfully look away so you don't peek at what you haven't paid for.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I will watch those damn fireworks if I feel like it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And the mayor of London, they had this like, aren't we all multicultural thing where they had this circle with all these flags in it. They had two
Nice.
Palestinian flags and they took the Star of David off the Israeli one. So there was just two blue stripes to the side and it was just a white flag. It's like, so guys, how's that coexist working? 'Cause
Yeah, no.
yeah,
They
your
don't actually
empathy
want to
seems
coexist, but
awfully
thanks.
one-sided, dollface.
Freaking people, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of how lovely and coexisty we are, to go back to the first thing.
Mhm.
So with the Somali daycare stuff, so first of all, they're like instantly bussing in kids. They're like, no, really, the Quality Learning Center, we're putting an N in there.
I
We're
forgot about
inviting,
that, the Leering Center. He's
yeah,
making merch with that. Oh, and sorry, I know you've got a point, but I was watching Brandon Tatum, who
oh,
has a security company, and he said that if you want to donate to it, all of the money goes to Nick Shirley's security.
mhm.
So FYI, that dude has to have security, and you can help if you feel like it.
Yeah,
Just, you know, because
because that's what instantly happened after all of this. It was the
mm-hmm,
threats, it was the phone in your face, it was the intimidation, it was the shrieking. It's all of these things because it's just um yeah, anyways, that is how they defend how it's defense against. There's apparently threats on TikTok
and
for Nick Shirley.
there's a party of kindness.
Oh, the party of kindness and the religion of peace are just holding hands and skipping through the Minnesota prairie. So I'm so glad that Minnesota Nice is just hanging out and doing their best.
Yeah.
Uh yes,
And there was a
the
kid in
hate has no home
Washington.
here. Yeah.
That is true. Unless you are a bigoted white conservative, then
Right.
hell, there's plenty of
If
home
you're
for
a
you.
bigoted white conservative, obviously you're less than human and the kindness no longer applies.
Okay. Yeah.
Except for yeah.
But
Because obviously the bigoted white conservative doesn't think that other people are human beings because that's how that works.
yeah. But I think that there's a kid um, who has started investigating in, I believe, Washington State.
Right.
I think. And there's people in Ohio checking into it because, yeah, there's a lot of stuff
Yeah,
happening.
they
So
were.
there's that.
I haven't seen video, but I've heard people say like, "Hey, we're
Mhm.
looking into it in Maine too." So yeah, there's which is excellent. It is excellent that there's a lot of different people looking in different places, and it does sound
Yeah.
that again it sounds like the Trump administration is taking it seriously. I would only hope that Congress and Senate would also take it seriously. Though law enforcement isn't quite their purview, they're not getting appointments in. They're not doing anything. They're not passing laws. So what do you think they're going to do with this one? Um, but yeah, there's threats on Nick Shirley. There's threats to Elon Musk because he's been retweeting stuff, and day that ends in Y. Um, but yeah, there's and the guy who came out in designer glasses, and he must have been very well coached because he was saying that okay, so he said, "Oh, I run a daycare center, but somebody took all of our incriminating evidence. They took all of the files. Yeah, they took all of the files of the daycare employees and of the kids and all of the checkbooks, and they also broke a hole in the wall that had cinder blocks in it, and that's where they stole things from. Now, you have cinder blocks sitting loose in walls to prevent rats from eating cash. That's what you do. So you're stacking the walls filled with cash because why else would they be breaking into walls and then happening to get things?
Interesting.
That's not okay. If somebody broke into my house or your house or any suburban neighborhood, let's say random McMansion, you go and you're like, wow, I'm going to break into this house. Now, after you broke into this house, you'd think that they'd be going for electronics, other things. Breaking into walls you would have to know that things were in walls. You're not just like taking a swing at every stud there is in there. If you were going into a business, again, a normal business, would you break into the walls? Again, you would have to have foreknowledge.
Not unless I saw like evidence of a safe or something. I mean, obviously there would be things
Right.
you'd look for, but I don't know that I would just be like, "Oh, hey, I bet you between those two studs
Uh-huh.
there's stuff that I
Yeah,
want."
if you're robbing, accounting office A, B, and C, teaching center, again, it does not make sense to break into a wall and find anything and then to take pictures and say, oh, and again, he was coached. He's like, this is an attack on the Somali community and he said one individual who made a YouTube video, which was an Obama thing. You remember that? Where that it's like, oh well, all this Arab uprising is because they're so upset about a video. Video didn't
I do
exist.
remember
A
that,
lot of
yes.
people died. And
Yeah.
it's an attack on our community. The reason why somebody knew in what wall the cash was hidden, it was because somebody that there's no logic there. But if you get the grievance going, and also don't forget in all of this that within the past year there was a Minnesota congresswoman who was shot, who was
Yes.
killed in her home and she before that
And
she had pointed out fraud. I
she
didn't
was
want to
the
say
only person who voted
yes.
against something that was going to go
Right. She
into the
was
fraud.
pointing out fraud. Now, sorry, I forgive me, I can only say allegedly it was because she was pointing out fraud. But when the only person who points out fraud is then murdered by
Like 2
someone in
days
this,
later.
yeah, and this weird, rubber mask thing. And that guy also said, again, who can trust a criminal? But he also said he was working for Tim Waltz. So, and again, allegedly, how much can we trust? Who says what? But still, okay. And
Yeah.
all of this money is being slushed every direction. It's slushed to terrorism. It's slushed to designer clothes, glasses, phone cases that they had at one point, but buying lakeside property, buying property in Somalia, just crazy stuff and literal terrorism. First
Yeah.
and foremost, literal terrorism is the big one.
And after all of this hoopla and all of the like investigative journalism that everybody's doing, they finally said we're not going to give them any more money right now. Like it took all of this and they were still giving them money. Like how long have we known? Like at least a month? Like
Oh yeah.
I mean, we've known for a long time, but
Right.
it's been really being talked about for
No,
at least a month. And they're like, oh
yeah,
yeah,
and
we're
then
finally shutting off the faucet.
yeah.
Your
And
house is
then
already flooded.
yeah, we're shutting off the faucet now. Oh, really? But also just the jump in money just funneled through these programs. And also
Yep.
that if you look back on the cases of these fraud cases, it's the same names who keep getting booked for the same crime. Now, if somebody if they're like, "Oh, well, I'm sorry. This daycare was fraudulent, but over here's my totally legitimate business." So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you could
because if I've gotten
if
in
you could
trouble for it more
still
than once,
right,
it's not me. It was like
right,
something else. It's fine.
yeah. But yeah,
Don't look over there.
here is my second totally legitimate business that I also want government money for. Not
Yeah.
just, it's not the corner store that is actually selling Skittles. Like, no, it's anyways.
Yep.
But yeah, yeah, it's a little stack of cards there. But
True story. Hopefully we're gonna get to the bottom of this, or they're gonna at least like it's gonna be less. I don't know. Something's got to give.
yeah.
Hopefully they figure it out. Um. So do we have other issues we haven't discussed,
I mean
or
those are the big ones.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, but like I said, everybody's been off. I
Yeah.
want to now that we've stopped doing Knitmas, I'm like, okay, I've got time to listen to the news. I'm ready to go. Christmas is over. Like I was saying, part of my like New Year's Day reset is like I want to get back into like my regularly scheduled stuff. and nobody's doing it. They're all like, "Oh no, we're still on vacation." I'm like, "No, I gotta know what's happening."
Right.
So hopefully next week we will be even more informed, which will be fabulous. Um, hopefully next week my sweater will be like a sweater. It has a neck now. See, look. Ooh, it's a neck.
Gosh.
Ooh. And I didn't say earlier, but this is Revolution yarn.
Oh, sure.
It's called 90s Popsicle. And it's
Fun.
fabulous. So that's what I know. I don't know much. That's okay. So what about you, my friend?
That's what I know. Working away on this sweater.
Okay. Very good.
I'm excited. Gonna finish. Gonna put sleeves on it. It's gonna be a sweater before you know it.
So you're gonna be wearing it next week, is what you're telling me?
If I'm lucky.
Possibly. If I'm lucky.
Maybe.
You're the best.
Maybe not. Yeah, it'll be good.
Gotta say, my tea was delicious tonight. I am ready to go to bed.
Mhm.
I'm gonna get up at the butt crack of dawn tomorrow and go to work.
Yay.
And work as long as I can, so I don't have to do it on Sunday. It'll be fabulous. I love it.
Best day
So,
ever.
you know what? When you work for yourself, not all the days are pretty good. I mean, there are things that happen, but really,
Yeah.
I don't have to answer to anybody but myself and my standards, which is handy.
There you go.
I have to answer to people, but it's not the
With
same.
your legitimate business and not quality leering.
No, if I was the Quality Leering Center, I would have more money. That's what would be going on. I am a legitimate business because I still have none to show for myself.
Right. You're a legitimate business that like pays taxes and crap. What's with this? Why?
Hell, man, right?
What have we been doing?
Nancy says she wants your superpowers because you're so far on that sweater.
Well, like I said, been hanging out, been New Year's partying. And
Did
again,
you do anything for New Year? Were you with people or were you home? We didn't even talk about it.
No, it was just hanging out mostly. New Year's Day, went to see people, but yeah. Pandemic Knitter says she wants go to one guy and get one of those quality leering hoodies. And I believe she is a teacher, which is even funnier.
Yeah.
Like, hey kids. Not that she'd probably wear that to school, but be like, hey guys, time for some quality leering.
I do think Nick Shirley is selling them though to help with the security and stuff that he needs. So yeah, if you want one, like totally check it out. Yeah, very cool. So we are sponsored by Chicken Lady Fiber Arts, and you can go to chickenladyfiberarts.com and get 20% off of your order of $50 or more using the code Tom Jefferson PIK, because she has great yarns like Festivus and is it Thistle? No, it's not Thistle. Thicket. I knew that. That was so silly of me.
Anyways, but I mean, also as seen in my sweater, and this will also be part of the Festivus giveaway. So people,
don't forget to rip your whip. If you got something that you're not doing, take a picture of it, rip it out, take a picture of it, and send it to us, because that's all you have to do to be entered to win yarn. Exactly. And like, that's not hard, friends. So do it. She's got good yarn. Or you could be like, I can't even think of who was taking out all the stuff. Was it Mom? No, it wasn't Mom and Evan. Was it Mom and Evan taking out all the shawls, reclaiming all the yarn?
Yeah.
Like, do
it.
You
want this yarn back. You want it.
If you're not going to knit it, you're not going to use it, do it. But yeah, chickenladyfiberarts.com. Tom Jefferson, PIK, 20% off of your order of 50 or more, because she has good yarn and we like her.
And it's America year.
It's the year of America, friends.
But
Pandemic Knitter said she won't be wearing that thing to school. Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't, but it's still funny to think about. So check us out.
Sorry, I'm thinking of, every year is America year. It's kind of like the people who are like Easter Sunday isn't special. We celebrate Jesus every Sunday. It's like, that's nice. Also, this is Easter Sunday. And it's like, every year is America year, but this is the special one where we extra celebrate. Okay.
This is the extra special America year. And Easter is the extra special Jesus Sunday, which is fine.
which is great.
Christmas is the extra special. Like, it's okay. It's okay to have extra special fun days if you feel
That's
like it.
good.
So, all right. Check out Uppity Hobbit on Etsy for PIK merch because all the cool kids are.
Yeah.
Duh. And we'll be back next week, probably Saturday. We'll let you know.
We'll
But
keep you informed.
thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Oh, say